What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the shop. It's been kind of a month or so. So the absence of videos has had a lot to do with the fact that things are changing around here. They're becoming quite different. So it's kind of a ramp up to. So next year, I really want to shift gears and focus more on the whole making and building and repairing side of the channel. So as of such, I want to get the shop more geared up and focused for that. So that means that I need to make room, organize, get everything more situated and better. That way, like beforehand, if I wanted to work on, that side of the shop, I would move everything over to the other side so I could do stuff over there. And then if I wanted to do stuff on this side of the shop, I'd have to move everything back over to do things over there. And I really want to get rid of that process and be able to just walk from one side of the shop to the other. Makes sense, right? I mean, also, the other side of that is I want to bring my truck in and like just center it right in the middle of the shop and have access to it from all sides and all equipment in the shop. So that's a big reason there too, because the brat needs a lot of exterior work done to it. So at the moment, the body's just kind of laying on top of the bones. It's not really, there's no attachment to it. I'll do a video on that once I actually get it unburied out from underneath the tent that it's hiding in and in the shop. But either way, I need to have like full 360 access around the brat in order to work on it. So the shop has been in a state of flux, like behind me over here. That's my blasting cabinet. There's my air compressor. The air compressor used to live over there in that corner underneath of that bench. And that's a lot of real estate that it's using up. It's an 80-gallon tank and it's 70 inches long. So it takes up quite a bit of space. So we're going to move that to its own dedicated shed outside. We're going to get rid of the auxiliary tank here. I used to have to run 100 gallons because this is a residential garage. It wasn't wired up for like an air compressor. So as of such, there's only one 15 amp circuit and you only have a 12 gauge wire feeding all the way over to the other side of the shop from the breaker box that's over here. Actually, yeah, it's right there. But either way, you have a 12 gauge wire on a 15 amp breaker feeding a 15 amp compressor. It doesn't work. So I could run the tank up to 60 70 psi, but then it would start flipping the breaker because it's working harder to get those higher pressure. Which, I mean, it's a freaking it's a two-stage pump. I should be able to get 145 psi out of this thing, and the tank's rated to 160 psi. So I should be able to get some real pressure. So I'm going to put in a dedicated 20 amp circuit. I'm going to be feeding it with 10-2, and the wire is only going to be freaking 3 feet. 3 feet from the breaker to the motor. So it'll be getting all the power it needs, and I'll be able to run and cycle. Because before, I'd have to flip it on, run it until it blew the breaker, and then turn it off and turn the breaker back on. Now I can just turn it on. Or, get up in the morning, flip the breaker on, and then just leave it until the end of the day. So that'll help out a lot, especially when it comes time to I got a lot of the body tools are air tools, like the air sanders and grinders and all that stuff. And the other thing is, so I built this little cubby over here when we first moved into the house, and the garage was empty. I needed someplace, a little workstation to build and do stuff. And as we built the house up, because the house was brand new, it had nothing inside of it, so I needed to you know, build all the things, the nice little amenities that people have in their houses, like shelves and, you know, stuff to put knickknacks on, all that stuff. So it worked for a while, you know, at least a couple of months until I went on the deployment that I bought the house. And that's another story. But as soon as I got back and I started building up the shop and I built the workbenches and all the upper shelving and all that stuff, this more or less got stuck in the corner and it just became a catch-all. So it just, that's where we'd stick the stuff. Oh yeah, I got this thing. Where should I put it? I'll just put it in the corner. So that's gonna come out. It's not going to be like it's not gonna be like a bench anymore. It's gonna be shelving. I'm just gonna continue the shelving that's up here, all that, and I'm just gonna continue it all the way down to the floor. And then hopefully, at some point, I'll have a milling machine that's gonna sit right here. Hopefully. But in the meantime, the shop is just a mess. I have like these little tiny work walkways that I can work with. But on the plus side, you know, it as soon as we get through this, you know, this tragedy, then on the outside we will have.
Did anyone get the mail
Goodness,
today?
You get the mail.
I know, but there's a really creepy person outside, and they're like walking, and they have like a hood on, and like.
What are you wearing?
Oh, they have their hood up.
What you had your hood up earlier today? All you young kids with your hoods and your hoodies.
I did not have my hood up the whole day.
She
that
lies.
Is bullshit. That's false.
You had your hood up in the waiting room.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did
yeah, you
not.
did.
No, I did not.
She's lying.
No, I'm not lying. I am not lying. He's lying.
I'm gonna take photographic evidence this time.
The whole fucking time.
Me on my phone. I don't know what you're talking about. I would never do such a thing. So, anyways, that's the state of things. Hopefully, here in the next couple of weeks, you know, as we start clearing more room, then it'll be easier and it'll be quicker to start moving. It still works, and that's why I don't own an iPhone. Oh, yep, there we go. Yep, that's better. Anyways, hopefully the holidays go good for everybody, and we'll see you on the outside of that. And, you know, thank everybody that has been smashing the heck out of that subscribe button. My subscriptions are my notifications are through the roof. I love it. I love all of you. Everybody that has come to the channel and shown all your love. It is amazing. It is fantastic, and it is great. And I hope that I can repay every bit of it to all of you. So keep what you're doing, and I'll keep what I'm doing. And I will see you guys on the outside. Till next time, stay safe, have fun, peace.